aika huivit ylös nostaa. SJK! Ei me luovuteta koskaan, ei koskaan. SJK! Jos et tajunnut tosta, niin se Seinäjoen jalkapallokerho. SJK! Ja muita joo, eikä tuu, se on meidän kerho. Pallo keskelle.
Oh, it's gone red. The red light's on the other side. Okay, Jules, let's go. Moi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jules, and this is the Seinäjoki Football Supporters Podcast, bringing you news, reviews and interviews from SJK Seinäjoki.
But we're doing it in English for an international fan base and an international audience. So, Jules, who's joining us for this episode?
Oh, just a second, Mark. You're sat next to me. What's going on here? Where's the internet?
Well, yeah, this is true. Before we introduce our guest, let's explain this to the listener or the viewer will be listening. This is being recorded at the Chämppäri event in OmaSp Stadion. We're currently sitting in the Carlsberg bar, and the Chämppäri comes from the word Champions League. So there's an event today where we've just sat through SJK to AC Oulu 2, and we'll be talking about that in a moment. And later, they're going to be screening here the Champions League final, and there's a nice family vibe here at the moment. As the night gets longer, I guess that might become a bit more of a grown-up vibe. But at the moment, we can hear kids playing in the background, and there's families sitting around here watching. So, Jules, I'll ask again, who's joining us today?
Oh, we have two bright hopes for the future. We have goalkeeper Samuel James and forward Sander Korsunov, and they're both playing in the academy team. So we'll be welcoming them very soon.
Yeah, that's right. And the academy team are available today because the first team are playing up in Oulu. So before we start talking about the AC Oulu game, we normally do some shout-outs. So I just thought one person that needs a bit of a thank you, somebody that's made comments on our YouTube channel, Peter Lingren. He wrote 2 long comments on our YouTube channel, and one was so long he ran out of space. I couldn't see the end of his comment. It was like an essay. It was about who should replace Richie Dorman as the academy, not the academy, as the technical director of the club. It'll be interesting to see if any of his predictions actually came true. But this is strange doing this in a room with people watching us, and they've all got a look on their face like, entertain me. Right, except Topius, my stepson, who's got a face like, when can I go home? But let's talk about...
Which is quite understandable, because we've just sat through the Oulu SJK game, and this should be an uplifting podcast.
It should be.
And it's challenging. And I've had to have my third beer to see if that helps. So the notes from the first half was, it was wet. That's about it. Oh, do we have to go into what happened?
If we don't talk about the game, what are we going to talk about?
We're going to interview our young players there.
We're going to talk about the game a little bit, because this is SJK's 3rd game in 7 days. That's a brutal schedule.
Yeah, it's brutal, but also what it's been all season since start of April. It's been that kind of pace the whole time. And I was hoping that we'd go in after this with 3 points and then 10 days. No, it's not 10 days. It's 14 days to time to recover and refresh. But we're going in with a draw and another... Oh, I'm getting angry. Another 2 points that we've thrown away in the last minute. So I've calculated that 7 points we've thrown away in injury time. 2 against Haka, 3 against VPS, and now another 2. So over to Mark.
Yeah, you are cross. Normally what I do after these games is I wait. We record a little while after the show, and I wait for Stevie Grieve to do his post-match press conference. And then I basically copy what he says and I say it in our show to make us look like we know what we're talking about. We haven't had that opportunity yet. It was a really tough game. Like, looking at the pitch up in Oulu is really... it's like a field. I mean, it's been bad all season. You know, long winter. now it's like and it was raining, pitch was digging up. There's grass there, but really, really bumpy, and it doesn't help the style of football that we try to play. And also, Oulu have this style of trying to play out from the back, and that doesn't necessarily help them in how they're trying to play as well. So it was a scrappy game all the way through.
We won't go into the goals because the audience here have just seen it, but twice we were leading by a goal and twice we were pegged back. The last time in the 94th minute.
The audience here has just seen the game, but also the people listening haven't necessarily seen the game. So we should talk about it. Whether you're in the mood to or not, Jules, is not really the point. It's not. This podcast is not just for your benefit; it's for the listeners' benefit as well. But it took the best part of into the second half before it really sort of came to life. We had plenty of chances during the game. If you look at the stats, we had more than 10 shots at goal, and Oulu had fewer than us, but still, by the end of it, 2-2 seemed fair enough. We took the lead in the 62nd minute. Lovely pass from the middle of the pitch from Markus Arsalo out wide. Rasmus Karjalainen took it to the byline. He cut back in and sort of hit the ball over the keeper. The keeper went sort of down onto his knees and opened up the goal, but Rasse put the goal in, and that was nice. I don't know that we necessarily felt confident that was game over, and it lasted all of 6 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. And in this case, it was Oulu playing down the right-hand side. We didn't clear the ball when it was out on the wing. It was played across the box, and it sort of went all the way across the box to their forward Körkö, who at the back post sort of put it in low at the far post, and okay, here we go again. We start again. 88th minute, so we waited 20 minutes, got back ahead. This was Mastokangas. It was a similar kind of goal. Ball played out to Ola Tessalimi on the left. He got to the byline and he had a shot that bounced off the keeper's chest, and Mastokangas came, followed it in, put it into the far side of the goal. And well, what you said, you fool, was, well, the last goal we didn't manage to hold on for all of 4 minutes, so surely this time we'll be all right.
No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said last time we only managed 4 minutes, so let's hope there's hardly any injury time. Or did you say that?
No, you did, and it was 4 minutes of injury, 3 minutes of injury time, and we let another one in, and it was again a similar kind of goal. The ball bounced from the right, bounced across the penalty box. It ricocheted once or twice, wasn't cleared, and Körkö came in again and smashed the ball high into the net. And even after that, we had a free kick around their box, didn't really do anything with it, and game over.
Yeah, and a draw away to Oulu in these kind of conditions normally isn't a bad result. It's okay, but after not winning for 6 games, then it does kind of become a bad result, especially when being up by a goal twice. So for me, that's the things that makes it disappointing. I imagine that they're really disappointed to be up. And okay, if we're coming off a win from the last game and we get a draw here, it's okay. But when we haven't won for so long, and then we're going into a break, I think that's the really disappointing things that everyone will be feeling.
Enough of the negativity. Let's put a line under the game we've just watched, and let's move on a little bit and talk to our guests. So, firstly,
which victim we want? Who wants to suffer first?
Who's coming first? Who's feeling brave? Come on then, Samuel. Samuel James, come and join us over here. I have to. You got a round of applause.
Yeah.
You got fans already. Samuel here joined SJK this winter in February. You're 19 years old. You've got 1 cap already for Nigeria under 20. Tell us a little bit about your journey from Nigeria to Seinäjoki. Where have you been so far?
Yeah, I played for Mavlon in Nigeria, and they played in the 2nd division in the Nigeria Best League. So I played my last game in Nigeria under 20, and it was really good, intense. And after the game, that is why I came into Finland. I'm Finland the last February 19, and yeah, so that is it.
You had some time living in London as well.
Yeah, I went there for some trials, and yeah, it went well, but something came in up, so then I have to be here.
Whereabouts in Nigeria did you come? Did you grow up? Where in Nigeria were you?
Lagos.
In Lagos, so that's one of the big cities.
Yeah.
Tell how many people live in Lagos?
Oh, so much people in Lagos. Like it's just like the capital of Nigeria. Yeah. So we have two big states in Nigeria, Abuja and Lagos State. So there are quite two states there. So I grew up in Lagos State. Yeah.
And now you're here in Seinäjoki with a population of 60,000 people spread over, I don't know, 50 kilometres from one end of the other to the other. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, well, I'll ask you about your keeping style. I haven't seen you play. So how would you describe yourself as a keeper? Are you a short stopper? Are you good with your feet? What are your strengths?
Yeah, I'm good with my feet, and I know like area dwells and 1v1 and the penalty stop a lot, yeah. So I'm good, confident with my handling, yeah.
So that's the way the modern goalkeeper has to play, is to be able to be good with their feet. I blame Pep Guardiola for that. He's changed everything. Everyone wants their goalkeeper to play from the back now. What about heroes growing up? Who was your hero as a player?
Yeah, my idol is Courtois, yeah.
Played for Chelsea, mate.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them.
Really?
Why? No, I haven't. Why was he your hero?
Because it's not like me. Like you have the height, and whenever I see him play, like I have to just watch the way he play and the way he just cover up the 1v1, and at times to communicate to his teammates. He's a leader, and he knows when he have to lead the team and have to just take care of the team. Yeah. It's big guy like me, so that is it.
That's true. You are. It's good that we're sitting down right now. I've got quite a tall back, but very short legs, and when we're sitting on this sofa, I feel like I'm talking across to you.
I'll say so.
Yeah, go on.
When I was walking here, I wasn't sure if Samuel was the guy that was interviewing, and then he stood up, and then I thought, yeah, that's him.
Yes. So you moved to SJK. How did that move come about? How did the opportunity come to you, first of all?
I would say after my played in Nigeria, I went to Italy for Viraggio tournament. We played every single year, and so I think since then, the club have been like scouting. Let's go keep in touch with me, and so after my game in the under 20, so I started seeing some feedback from the team, like communication, talk between them, and that is how I get here. So after my cap in the national team, yeah.
So you've been on SJK's radar for quite a while then?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to as a young players, they always want minutes on the pitch. And it's difficult for goalkeepers because goalkeepers don't get subbed. So how are you doing with the minutes that you get, and how do you feel about this situation that sometimes you're on the bench? Yeah,
and being goalkeeper is a very difficult role to play, and every minute you have, you just have to take opportunity of it. Yeah, and at times being on the bench, it doesn't matter being on the bench. At times it's about how you carry the teams, because the winning of the team is the goal of everybody. Because you win, then you have the chance, you can play the next game. Then you just, what I'm doing is that whenever I'm not playing, I just okay, I have to work hard more. So I'm just challenging myself whenever it happens. So if I have the chance to play, I just try to prove myself. Yeah.
How are you finding the standard of football here? You're playing in Ukosliga, the second level of Finnish football. How do you find the standard here?
The standard is, however, I say I should compare it to Nigeria, because Nigeria was so physical, strong, doing things And the way the games here is just like the fast game, and I would say it's quite different, but the way let me just say like fast and the switching, and I think the technique here is quite different, and I think the ground level are most especially here, because in Nigeria there's just like the ground level is just like quite, well, let me just say quite different. Yeah, let me say quite different. Yeah, so yeah, there's not more.
And what about the style of football that Ash and Stevie are trying to play at SJK? Did that take some time for you to get used to, or is it more the outfield players that have to adapt to their style of football?
Yeah, I think the game Steve and Ash trying to put on, like, I've seen that before when I was in London, yeah, because we play fast football most times, counter-attack, but it's good, but it's just about how the players get used to the formation and to the games the coach wanted to play. Because at the start of the season, we have been doing fine. I mean, the first team we have been doing fine and since the injury started to occur, and that was when we started relaxing. Then, yeah, the pattern has been going well for the both teams, most especially at the attacks. We just have to do more, you know.
Yeah, I guess the injuries, you see it in the first team, but then the first team takes players from the academy team, and you then see the knock-on effect of that. You've been in Seinäjoki now for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, 4.
You arrived in winter when it's really cold. Now we're in summer where it's pretty cold. Yeah. But in general, what are your sort of first impressions about life in Finland?
The day I first came into Finland, I find it difficult to adapt because of the weather. I'm used to hot weather in Nigeria, and I was just trying to look for something like jacket, like 3 or 4 to just cover up, yeah.
Like warm enough clothes, yeah.
But now I think with more time, I'm now getting used to it. I think as you can see now, I can just walk around with this, but it's good, but it's very difficult, be out with your family,
What about when you're playing? Do you have extra thick gloves and long trousers and all that stuff?
My debut when I first played my first game, I wish if I can have 2 gloves on because of the cold. My hands was frozen, so I couldn't touch the ball, and I can't feel my hand, even my toes, because of the cold weather. Yeah, but it's good, because I'm getting used to it now. I'm happy because as I said earlier, the day I came here, I find it difficult to adapt. Even I can't go outside to feed my eyes and to see around. But people have been telling me that the summer is coming, but I'm still waiting.
We're all still waiting.
Maybe next year, right?
Yeah. Right, I've got one important cultural question for you. So, you're from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Jollof rice. It's a really big. Is it the national dish of Nigeria? It's a very important dish.
Yeah, it's our favorite food in Nigeria. So I think one day the Finnish people will try it. Yeah.
Right. Well, the thing is, they also make jollof rice in Ghana.
Have we got a message from Salim?
Well, we have got a message from Salim. Yeah. But first of all, I'm going to ask you, Samuel, where do you get the best jollof rice? Is it Nigeria or Ghana?
Nigeria, of course, man.
Okay. Now, you see, because I sent a message to Salim Yusuf, who's been on our podcast before. He's obviously, he's a senior first-team player. So, okay. So he said, no doubt, Ghana all day.
Ghana supported because of Ghana.
He said, tell Samuel to be honest with himself.
Yeah, I'm honest, because I tested it. The last time, I played the national team we went to, I think it was Ghana. So I tested it. So you can't compare it to Nigeria, man. Yeah, it's
maybe
far.
he's been out of the country for so long he's forgotten that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Salim, he's tried both. Have you tried Nigerian jollof? That's the question. We're going to challenge him.
Yeah. Maybe you ask him. Yeah, maybe you ask him, because I've tried those. I've tried the Ghanaian. I wanted to when I tested, I wanted to give it to the Ghanaian, but no, I have to test mine again to confirm it. But when I test it, no, there's no way, because I know how to do it myself.
I think you two have to have a kind of a penalty shootout, but a cook-off.
Yeah, a cook-off. Yeah, they can cook their own jollof and we can all come in and taste it. It sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I think.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Samuel, for joining us. Maybe we should... you can move around a little bit on the sofa and we can call Sander to come over as well. Thanks a lot for your time.
It was much better when we got some other people to speak rather than us, wasn't it, really?
It's better for me, easier for us. Sander Korsunov, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
How do you feel after following the big man? Has he set the bar high, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's a good interview, and you're going to do well, also. It's a question Jules was asking earlier: is how comes you two got the job of coming to speak to us today?
I don't know. We were in the bus after the game, and then one of our players questioned that what we are going to do this afternoon, and then we said that we can come here.
Did you miss a penalty, and did you let an easy one in or something like that?
It's not a punishment being here, right?
No.
Okay. So, Sander, you've played 6 appearances for SJK Academy in Ykkösliiga, and also you've been playing in the Kakkonen team so far.
Yeah, I think I have got more minutes in the Kakkonen, which I am glad to, and came off the bench in Ykkösliiga. So
you grew up in Tampere and you played in Ilves, but again, you like both you guys, you're really young, so you haven't had, you're starting your football career. But what level were you playing at in Tampere?
I was playing under 17s, so I wanted to new journey to come here. I offered really good contract, and then I grabbed it and came here.
You were at Ilves in the. So how did SJK find you? What was the connection between you and the club?
They asked me 1 year before that what is my position. They wanted me here, and then I wanted to grow up, and then I remembered that SJK wanted me. Then I remembered that, and then I contacted them, and then I'm here.
And you're doing that yourself. You don't have your agent doing this stuff for you.
No, I don't have an agent yet.
Okay.
Have you graduated from high school? Are you still studying, or are you ready?
No, I'm still in school. It's my second year done and 1.5 years left.
Is that in Kuortane? That you're studying, or?
No, it's in here in Seinäjoki.
Okay, Seinäjoki.
Yeah.
Teachers are rubbish there.
Jules is a teacher in Seinäjoki. Have you seen him there? You recognise each other? No.
No.
Okay.
So, can you tell us more about your playing style? You're a left attacking midfielder. Are you Messi or Ronaldo? Are you a dribbler or a passer, or what's your style?
I really like to copy Messi. He's my idol, and I like very much 1v1s and shoot after and dribble a lot.
How is that style working for you playing in the academy teams this year?
It have been working really well. I have lots of opportunities to dribble and 1v1s, so that have been great.
And it was, I said to you guys before, it was easier to find a bit of information online about Samuel, but not so much about you. And the only thing I noticed was that on your Instagram profile, you have 3 flags. What are those 3 flags, and why are they important for you?
My dad came from Estonia and my mother from Russia, and they met in Estonia. Then they moved here, and my brother also moved here with them. So
you got an older brother who was born overseas and then moved here, and then you were born here.
Yeah.
Nice. Many of the people listening will know that Jules and I are involved in an association called WISE that is about like providing a ready-made network for people to move to this area. So these kind of international and international families are interesting to me. Does that mean that for international football, you've got 3 possibilities of an international team to play for.
No. I have never actually been in Russia.
Okay.
But I have Estonian passport. But I don't know if they have forgotten about me.
Well, I'm sure there's a good connections between SJK and Paide in Estonia, so I'm sure the word will reach there. But hopefully you can make your way into the SJK first team and then towards the Finland team.
Yeah, but let's not keep reminding Estonia. Let's have him for Finland.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, to keep you here. So, what are your aims for this? You said you're happy playing in the Academy 2 side so far and playing your way into the team and into the full Academy team. What about your goals for the next year or 1.5 years?
I think I really want to start in the academia and play more and more games with them, and at the end of the season I really try to grow up to the first team training group and with them make a debut in the next season and play a couple of games with them.
I asked both the guys, we all know, we haven't actually asked you what's the future, because it's obvious that you want to break into the first team and then play a season or 2 here and then go abroad. Do you put time limits on your goals? Do you say, this season I want to have done this? And I'll ask both of you, because Samuel's looking a bit cold.
Yeah, I usually put high standards in the season, and I really try to...
Number of goals per season or something like that?
Yeah, numbers of goals and assists are really high standards, but usually they come true, I think.
What about you, Samuel? What goals do you have for this season?
As I said earlier, I'm just challenging myself from now on. I know when its time is come, it's gonna come by itself. So I think if I just keep on pushing, just keep on providing the results for the team and helping the team to achieve something, I think then something will come. Yeah.
Psychologically, it's very different with an attacker and a goalkeeper. If an attacker misses a chance, you think, oh, well, there'll be another one along in 5 minutes. But a goalkeeper, if you let something soft in, then it will ruin your sleep for the whole night. Or does it? How do you react to when things don't go so well as you planned? How do you deal with not putting it in the back of the net or letting one in?
Yeah, I just keep my head up and try my best for the next chance. That's usually it. And try to help the team.
And Samuel, how does that work for you?
As a goalkeeper, we find it difficult. I know, we goalkeepers, we are the last man. Whatever the guys were doing in the front, the attackers, the midfielders, the defenders, nothing. But the goalkeepers is so, critical situation to handle. The goal is there. If you do any silly mistake, you're gonna hand it in the net. So whenever goal passes through you, you got to how do you feel? You won't be able to sleep. As for me, I don't know about, but I know some of the guys do feel the same. Because whenever I consider the goal, I used to analyze the match through myself. How does that happen? How do I need to adjust it? Then, to be honest, I find it's sleepless. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that shows how much the goalkeepers perhaps are alone in that situation, and I hope that your
defenders also make mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes, even referees, believe it or not. But I hope that you get the kind of the coaching help to process that and learn how to manage that disappointment.
Yeah, truly. When that happens, it's part of the game. You have to learn from it. You don't allow it to make you to bring you down or to take you out of your performance. You just have to learn from it and work towards that. So it's part of the game. It happens at times.
I think we're running long. I don't know if everyone... I thought that the organisers would be waving at us, telling us to shut up now, but you guys have done...
I thought the organisers would be waving us to shut up after 3 minutes.
No, it's been going all right. Listen, Sander and Samuel, thank you so much for coming down here speaking with us today.
But before you go, we're going to just quickly do a preview of what's coming on tonight, and we're going to ask for your score predictions for the Champions League.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So, Jules, are you looking forward to the Champions League final?
Oh, come on. I'm not even going to watch it. I don't care.
Jules is the perfect ambassador for this event today, where everyone's supposed to be coming down to watch the Champions League final.
If there's an English team in it, even Spurs, but that's not going to happen, is it? then I might watch it. But I'm sorry, I'm so. When it has to be an English team in it for me to, or a Finnish team, but again, that's not going to happen for me to actually care about it. And PSG and is it Inter?
Yes, it's Inter. Yeah.
Okay, so over to Mark.
Well, so I do follow Champions League a bit. I watch Veikkausliiga, I watch the Finnish national team, I watch League Two back in the UK, in England, because I'm a Wimbledon fan, but I watch Champions League. And the two semi-finals were great games, really. Like Barca versus Inter, both were epic, 3-3 and then 4-3 to Inter, and PSG had it not easier, but they won both their games against Arsenal. But I think this final is like a game of opposites. You've got the youngest team in the competition with PSG against the oldest team in Inter. You've got PSG playing this expansive, fast football, and you've got Inter playing this more traditional, defensive Italian style of football. And I heard an incredible stat that the running stats for the team, the average during this competition for PSG has been like 124 kilometres for the team, and Inter's is 98. That's like 26 kilometres running difference per game. It's just that kind of clash of styles that I'm really looking forward to. And what I'd also say is that PSG used to be a really easy team to hate. Like, they had all this money, they had these Galacticos, and they didn't play as a team. They were all these individuals doing their thing. Now, I mean, they've got some great players, but they've got young players. They've got young Parisian players, and then some international stars there. And they're playing lovely football, so they're easier to like nowadays. And I'm going to show off now with my pronunciation, but I love Kvaratskhelia. What a player he is. Like, he looks, you'll appreciate, he plays in the style like Chris Waddle.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day. But he runs and runs and runs and runs, and he defends and he goes forward, and he's the skill and amazing player. Yeah, you've heard of Chris Waddle. Well done, Jules. All right, fine. So maybe we'll finish this now by asking out. By asking.
I've got mine. I know this. I know the final score.
I predict that Jules doesn't know who the two teams are.
I know the final score.
Right, Sander, let's go. What's your prediction for the score?
I think they are a very young team and old team. They are really different teams, and I think that PSG will attack more and into defense. So I think it will be 3-1 to PSG.
3-1 to PSG. Okay, and Samuel?
Yeah, PSG both teams have been doing well in the Champions League, even in their various leagues. Same thing to PSG winning the leagues, and the same spirit. I think they'll take that spirit to the Champions League final today. So I will give it the win to PSG 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, Jules, what's your prediction for the game?
Well, my first prediction is it's going to be way too late for me and I'll be in bed. Which is a shame, because I'm going to miss a classic game and PSG are going to win it 3-2.
3-2, okay. Do I have to predict?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be...
We're taking the best scores already.
I don't have to... I can have the same if I want. Yeah. So I think it's going to be 3-1 to Paris. Well, that just about wraps it up for this episode, Jules. Thanks to Samuel and Sander for joining us, and to the Chämppäri...
Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's have a round of applause. Yeah, go on.
Mark? No. Like maybe just encourage the Finnish people to eat jollof rice. You know?
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks also to the Chämppäri organisers for inviting us here today. And Samuel said to all you Finns out there, you've got to try the jollof rice. So you'll find recipes. Satu, you promised to make it for me, so... Jollof rice.
Oh yeah, look for recipes.
There you go. She's already looking for the recipe.
Just ask this guy.
Listener, remember to subscribe to the show wherever you're listening, and you can find the whole archive of our episodes on YouTube.
Oh, it's the nervous bit, and I've got to do this after 3 beers. And you can contact the SeAMK Supporters Podcast by email at SeAMKFootballPod@gmail.com. And you can find the links to all our content on Linktree at SeAMK Football Pod.
Beautiful, well done. We also have a WhatsApp group to continue the conversation between podcasts. So it's open to any fan of ASICO. If you want to join, go to our Linktree, find the link and request to join the group. And this is open to friends and family of players as well. So we do this WhatsApp group in English. So if you've got friends or family that want to follow, one of your fellow academy players, his dad is in this WhatsApp group and he's just following what we're doing there. So if it's interesting, Linktree, Seinäjoki Football Pod, and they're welcome.
So until the next episode, see you at the Stadion, which I believe the next home game is at home to Jaro on the 14th of June, Saturday. So goodbye.
Yeah, thanks a lot for listening. Heippa.
Bueno.